Yes, good evening, people. Welcome back to the Football Philosophy Podcast. And today we're talking about the Euros. We're looking back into the Euros games from today's action. We're going to look at yesterday's actions as well. We're going to talk about England's game that's to come up. We're going to talk about Italy as well. So today I've got with me Kieran. Thank you so much for joining me, bro.
Yeah, pleasure to be on. Thank you for having me on, man.
Yeah, fantastic. So we just watched the France game, and man, what a game, what a game, man. Like the pace of the game, France winning 1-0, two goals disallowed, VAR drama, Kylian Mbappe just looking fantastic, man. Absolutely world class. What did you make of it all?
Do you know what? I was really impressed by the game. Sometimes when you watch some of the games at the Euros and entertaining, but the quality is not there. But the quality was there today. I think the scoreline didn't tell the true story, but you're right about Mbappe. I mean, the first offside goal. Whew, it's almost like you're sad that VAR is there, and you wish that the linesman might have missed it, just so you can have a goal like that, you know.
Oh my
But yeah,
God.
I think France worthy winners definitely.
Yeah, I love the commentator, like the way he was so excited about that goal. I jumped up, so happy to see that. But yeah, you look at VAR fans involved in the stadium for the first time in a while, and oh man, it just takes away the emotion that football fans can show. You look at, for example, the goal that Chelsea scored in the FA Cup final,
Mm.
and it takes away everything that makes you a football fan, and it's like, should I get excited or what? Like, it takes away great goals like this. But Mbappe, man, what a player! Karim Benzema started this game. It was interesting that Giroud didn't start. I was expecting Giroud to start, but you look at France right now, World Cup winners, the
Mm.
best squad in the whole European nations. Obviously, they're favorites to win, but then they add Benzema in there from the start. It makes them even more favorites, right?
It's a joke, really, isn't it? I mean, I think we're joking before, like with a few others are talking about, but Deschamps took one look at that group and thought, yeah, let me let me just make sure, I don't want to chance it. And obviously Benzema, he's had a fantastic career and he's still a top player. And he's proved that he was really good today, I felt. And I can imagine you can see Mbappe. He's loving playing alongside him. No disrespect to Giroud, great, really, really good player, but Benzema's just different gravy.
Yeah, I mean, what I always say is, if something is not broken, don't fix it. Like, it's within football, whatever works for you, go for it. But at the same time, yeah, if you can make something even better, if you can increase 5% more, yeah, and that's by adding someone of Karim Benzema's quality. We all know the reason why he was
Mm,
excluded from the France squad for years and years. He
mm,
paid for that, whatever, the crime or whatever it was at the time, uh, the incident that happened with him and Mathieu Valbuena. That's
mm.
all in the past now. I was happy to see Didier Deschamps be like, you know what, Giroud hasn't had a lot of game at Chelsea. Can I rely on him this summer? Like, I need to win this tournament. And then he goes and brings back Karim Benzema. So that was really good. What I like about Benzema is, it doesn't matter if he scores or not. The guy will have an impact in the game. It's just like Harry
Mm,
Kane. It's just like Wayne Rooney, Carlos Tevez, even someone like Dimitar Berbatov. Great
mm.
football forwards, yeah. They don't need to score goals. But we live in an era where everything is judged on goals. If you haven't
Stats,
scored,
isn't it? Yeah.
it's stats. Like, you can score one goal, but you could have absolute horrid performance, and everybody will
Mm.
just think like, oh yeah, you were great because you did an assist and or you scored a goal. But yeah, Benzema, man, I'm so happy to see him back in the France game, in the France team. But I don't want them to win, guys. The reason why I'm wearing the
No?
blue today, I don't want them to win it. My team is Italy. That's why I'm in blue. It's not that I'm supporting City. I'm a United fan. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm a red through and through. But yeah, so I want Italy to win. We're gonna get into the game in a little bit. But what do you make of what did you make of Pogba's performance? Because every time that he plays with N'Golo Kante, is it just as simple as saying put him next to N'Golo Kante and you can trust Pogba, or is there more to this that we don't know about?
Yeah, I think, I mean, I've made no secret. I'm a massive fan of Pogba. I think as midfielders go, he's up there. Um, I feel like he gets judged on an expectation that people have, but they don't actually look at his performance. He makes mistakes like anyone else. He's quite daring. I felt, when he's in this France team, he's got intelligent players playing with him. He's got guys that are making good decisions as well. Not to say that he doesn't have that at United all the time, but I think there's a few players when he plays there, they're making bad choices or they're not making the runs. But when you've got Mbappe to run off you, you've got I think it was Rabiot today. Kante, excellent player, and I think anyone playing alongside him is going to look really good. But they complement each other really well. But Pogba in his own right, you look at some of the balls that he was playing. I think there's a through ball he played into Benzema, and he miscontrolled it, and obviously couldn't do anything with it. But it just his quality is just, and it's with ease as well. So I think that's the thing, and because Pogba is quite a risk taker, obviously when he does lose the ball, if you lose it in a good team with Kante, you can afford to do that. You've got Varane behind you, and Anders, and I think it was Kimpembe that played as well. But when you do that in a team where you've got like Matic next to you, McTominay, Fred, it's a different, Maguire, Lindelof, it's a bit different. So I think that's where he gets shown up a little bit, and that's why he doesn't look as good. But I'm a massive Pogba fan. I thought he played really well today, and he just made it look too easy at times.
Yeah. I echo every single word you said there. He does get targeted quite easily because of the price tag. But you look at the players that he's playing against, plays with. You look at Fred, you look at McTominay. Man, you look at Rabiot, for example, now, N'Golo Kante. I'm going to get to N'Golo Kante. The best player in the world has to be a Ballon d'Or winner right now. I'm so excited
so.
by N'Golo Kante. For me, it's just as simple as having Kante and 10 guys, and you win anything in football. From Premier League, Champions League,
feels like that.
World Cup.
Yeah. He's proved it.
Imagine he wins the Euros now. Yeah, guys, we're gonna get more into Kante in a little bit, but we have yours truly, Trey, joining us right now. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us, mate. Welcome to the show.
Yes, Abdi, man. Much appreciation for obviously having me on again. Kieran, absolute pleasure meeting you for the first time, meeting you. Obviously, we're gonna be on more videos and stuff like that. So, yeah. So, what did you boys think of the game? Obviously, I know it wasn't people built this game up to be a high-scoring game, massive game, but obviously ended up just being 1-0. So, what's your guys' thoughts about the game?
You know what? Yeah, with everything that we expected from France, they came through. They came with it. The flair, the control, that defensive stability. Lloris, I thought he had a fantastic game. I don't rate him as a goalkeeper, but I thought he had a fantastic game. But I was completely let down by Germany. I don't know what was going on in there. There was no motivation. There was no passion that you expect from Germany. Thomas Muller looked lethargic, and that's the person that you expect to be, leading the press. Gnabry, what is going on with him? Where's the guy that scored 4 goals past Lloris? What happened to him? So I was completely disappointed with them, and I feel like, man, they could have done more. They could have done more in this game, but yeah. What about you, Kieran? What did you make of Germany's performance?
Do you know what? I felt like Germany had Spain syndrome today. I didn't think they were that bad, to be honest. But it was disappointing. But I think a lot of people predict this from Germany, and I think the lack of an out-and-out striker has hurt them a little bit. I think Gnabry had a good chance that he put just over. But when I was watching it, I think it got to about 75 minutes, and I was looking at it thinking Germany ain't going to score today. You could just tell that they just didn't seem to have it. A lot of people had them to obviously get through either second or third. They're in a lot of trouble now because obviously you only get through on that third place if you've done enough, if you have enough points, and Portugal ain't going to be easy. So They're gonna have to really pull it together. But I was a little bit disappointed. But I don't think they played badly. I just don't think they had enough like potency. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, you're right. 100%. I agree with you, Kieran. I feel that Germany did lack that cutting edge, especially going forward. I don't know. You just had that feeling that they were missing something up top. Obviously, I agree with Abdi in terms of the lack of motivation, that drive to really penetrate a team like France. But France are a super team, so it is a difficult challenge, man. But you did expect Germany to sort of come in head to head with France and give them a good battle. But obviously, unfortunately, because they lack that cutting edge,
Yeah,
the
but
result
why
the
not?
result makes sense.
You know what? Yeah, with international football, you don't really have a lot of time to go from to bring players into into system, into rhythm, because there's just not enough time. You don't have them for like a season where you train them every single day, you work with them. So what you do is you have to transfer. This is what Jose Mourinho was saying on Talk Sports. You're saying you need to transfer what you see from club level into international level. And if you have players who do play together at club level, like Kai Havertz and Timo Werner, who started together every single game or pretty much the whole season, who started together in the Champions League final, then why not start with them again? Like, why bench Timo Werner and only start with Kai Havertz when they've actually shown that they can play together? I was disappointed with that. I don't know what you guys made of it.
Yeah, no, I agree with you definitely. It was a bit shocking that Werner didn't really start this game as well. I think this was the type of game that, yes, I know in terms of his form with Chelsea, it hasn't been the best throughout. But in terms of what he brings attacking wise, running in between the lines, he's obviously got pace. He can obviously cause some of the French defenders a bit of problems because let's sort of keep it real. In terms of
Yeah.
France's attack and their midfield is world class, but you sort of look at defensively, they're not up there defensively, if that makes sense. I don't know if you guys agree with me. They're not the strongest defensively, but going forward, they're obviously world class. I feel that there is a weakness in that defense, and sort of a top team can really penetrate that. So seeing a game like Portugal and France will be
Yeah.
will be really
Fire, innit?
interesting, man. That would be fiery.
Oh my God! Imagine Pogba against Bruno Fernandes.
Oh,
Look at the team, Kieran. Look at the midfield that France have gone with today. 4-4-2 diamond formation.
yeah.
Pogba on the left, Adrien Rabiot obviously switching sides left to right. N'Golo Kante doing whatever he needs to do. Antoine Griezmann in that hole.
Yeah.
That that formation, it can work at United, right? You can use Pogba the same way
Yep.
that he's being used now. You can put Bruno Fernandes where Griezmann plays. Why not do the same thing in there?
It's just the only problem is we've got
Wishful thinking.
yeah, we've got we've got McFred. So in a sense
Oh
we've
my
got
God.
two players occupying that one role that Kante does, man.
Oh
So
my God.
it's just so
Yeah.
unfortunate that we can't do that. That's why we need a DM, but that's another conversation for
Yeah.
another day, of course.
I love that midfield diamond, man. Yeah, Kieran, N'Golo Kante, man. What more can we say about him?
Yeah. Obviously he's a class player, class character off the pitch, but he's just to this day, I don't know how Chelsea managed to get him unchallenged, and then I don't know how Chelsea were thinking that he might not be the player he was. He's a phenomenal. His engine, and I think the thing is, I say his engine, but he can play. I think people I think people dismiss that side of it. People think he's recoveries and he's just breaking up. Like he can play. Like you see him on the ball. He's not just sitting in like the Busquets sort of role. And Busquets, fantastic player, but he's not just sitting in front of the defense. He gets up there. Today he popped up on the right, popped up on the left, little touches on the ball, and I think. What that does is it creates a lot of uncertainty because I think a lot of players as well don't expect him to be there, and I don't think they probably rate him. They play against him a lot, but he's a complete midfielder, and we don't see that often. I say complete. He could score a few more goals, but that's nitpicking.
Yeah.
That's pushing
no, but
it.
he's for me. He's complete. Like I loved playing in midfield when in my sort of amateur days of playing in the playground. But he just reminds me of a kind of player that I would have liked to have been, and that he's got it all really, and obviously humble, and I think that helps. It really helps. So I can't say anymore. Needs to be a Ballon d'Or winner. Needs to be a Ballon d'Or winner this season, I think.
Man, it's unbelievable, the story of N'Golo Kante. There's more to come. I can't wait for the movie, This guy,
100.
they need to make a movie about him because it's just the dream. Is the dream, man. But yeah, if we just move on from this game. But yeah, I mean, Germany, I think they're going to be all right to qualify from this group. France, this just makes them even more favorites. There's more to come from them, and it's so scary. I think they're cut above the rest. It's almost as if like the Brazil of Europe right now. If we look at the game that was played earlier today, it was Portugal against Hungary. Cristiano Ronaldo breaking another record yet again, 2 goals. But yeah, Rafael Guerrero scored the opening goal. Fantastic goal. It was a little bit lucky. But yeah, you look at Ronaldo, for example, at the top for Portugal. And you look at the guys behind him: Bernardo Silva, Bruno Fernandes, Diego Jota.
Yeah.
How good is that, man?
It's tremendous, man. It's tremendous. When you think about the team that won the Euros previously, and you compare that squad to this squad right now, there's just a difference in level in terms of attacking flair. Because how have you got Bruno Fernandes? How you got Bernardo Silva? How have you got Jota? How have you got João Felix on the
Felix.
Ronaldo's laughing right now. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why I think he's got we already know that Ronaldo's the ultimate competitor anyway. He, regardless of what team he plays for, he puts in the shift and he wants to score goals. But I think he feels that this team that he has right now should be able to do a job.
Can they go all the way and win it, Kieran?
Yeah, of course. But I think his eyes is on the World Cup though as well, man. After these Euros, his eyes is on that World Cup definitely. Because I feel that because he's a ultimate competitor, like I mentioned to you, he wants to obviously break this record, which he will in the Euros. I believe he will break that record during this tournament. But I think he feels that there's that missing piece, which is the World Cup, man. He needs that, man. So I'm sure he's going to be pushing to make that happen, of course.
Messi will need it more, but yeah. Kieran, can they go all the way and win it, or is it France?
I think you're definitely looking at two of the teams here that you're thinking will go quite far. I was even thinking I don't even think Ruben Neves got off the bench today.
Trust me.
And you know what's interesting about, because I think Portugal, what I like that they got Pepe, and Pepe's a winner. I think he was he at Porto? I think this season they did quite well in the Champions League.
Yeah,
that knowledge, because sometimes it's not about. It's like Thiago Silva in Chelsea. Thiago Silva not the quickest anymore. Obviously, he's not the player he was, but having that knowledge, that experience, against with Ruben Diaz, who obviously player of the year in the Prem.
Yeah.
Semedo's, looking at that first 11, just unbelievable. And like you said, you've got top players from the top, three of the top four teams in England, and then Ronaldo, one of the best players of our generation. So to answer your question, I think they can, with a little bit of luck, and Ronaldo looks like he's just on it, isn't he? Like, there's a reason they're going to win it. It's just because he wants that record. And if Portugal happen to get a trophy alongside that, which they probably will if he does break the record, then so be it. But he's a heck of a player.
Yeah,
What a player,
he's a
Ronaldo, man.
tremendous player, man. It's such a joy seeing him play. Not even, obviously, we know, and look, this is obviously a debate that's going to forever go on forever. But we know when you look at Messi, when he's dribbling the ball, you just see natural God-gifting talent. Whereas with Ronaldo, I just get that sense that Ronaldo's a grafter. Do you know what I mean? Nothing in life came easy to him. He's worked hard to get to the position where he's got to. He's a competitor. He wants to win by any means necessary. And I think that sort of grit, that sort of cutting edge allows him to be the player that he is today. And I think without that, he wouldn't have been able to push Messi to the level that he's at right now. So in a sense, they've pushed each other.
Yeah. Certainly, they have pushed each other. And you look at from Messi, some of the achievements, like to score 91 goals in 1 year, it's never been done.
Incredible.
Ridiculous.
Yep.
But you look at international level, losing 3 finals, 2 of them to Chile.
Yep.
Last night, drawing in their first game in the Copa America.
Yep.
And you just think, like, you look at Ronaldo, despite playing with players, with the team that won the Portugal, the Euros in 2016, that wasn't a great team. It's not a better team than Argentina. As much as I'm a Messi fan because of the like you said, that God-gifted ability that he has, Ronaldo just has that little bit more, I think. But yeah, it's gonna be crazy. But you know what? Yeah, we were doing the predictions for the Euros, and when we were talking, do you remember, Trey? We were talking about the Golden Boot winners, and we didn't even mention Ronaldo's name.
I know.
And he's proving people wrong again and again. He just keeps going.
It's crazy. You're 100% right. When we done the predictions, it's funny how we didn't even mention Ronaldo. We mentioned obviously the other names, but Ronaldo's name wasn't mentioned. But you think that this guy's chasing records, and when he's, when Ronaldo is determined and when he's got his eye on something, that's when he's at his best, man. If you notice, that's when he's at his best. And we've seen a lot from we've seen Ronaldo do this a lot, especially during his time at United. That year that he won the Ballon d'Or, when we had that sort of exceptional year in terms of goals. I feel that he's on that sort of mindset because he wants to create history here. He wants to be
absolutely
the first player to, not even the first player. He wants to have that overall record in his pocket.
Is that psychology that drives him? That mentality, Kieran? You're a bit of an expert in that field. You're a psychologist.
Yeah.
So, can you get into the head of Ronaldo? Like, what is it like? Can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's probably lots of theories you can draw upon, but I think for him, and it's interesting that you use Messi as an example. I think that obviously they're both exceptional players in their own right. Well, with Ronaldo, in basic terms, he just sounds like he's a guy that is focused on, you call it like the process and the goal, right? So in terms of the process, you can see like, from a young age, practicing free kicks, scoring left foot, right foot headers. You can probably tell he's the kind of guy he hates losing, but it's more important that he becomes a complete player. And that's someone that's focused on the process. And sometimes when you have a guy that's too focused on the goal, And it's often that happens, I guess, with strikers because they're so, especially previously, not the strikers of the modern day, but previously, where you're just about goals. If you're just focused on that, you're scoring, great. But you're not really focused on the process. You just want to hit the back of the net. And Ronaldo seems now he's obviously combining the two. So yeah, he's got a goal in sight, but because he's perfected that process so well,
Yes,
nothing can stop him. Do you know? It's just there. It's like an instruction manual that's in his head. It's just wired. And that's why someone like that and with him, it's that drive and determination. Can he teach that? Probably not. It's just something he just sounds like he was born hungry, to be honest. And we're seeing it, literally like for everything. Do you know what I mean? He's gone and taken that. So, but yeah, definitely, I think in my lifetime, I'd say one of the best. I know there's going to be a lot of R9 fans, Zidane and etc. And for me, they're all phenomenal, but. You can't ignore what this guy's done. Like he's been an animal.
Yeah, a lot of the people that know him, they say that he's driven by critics and doubters. And you look at Ronaldo, every year he's breaking a new record. So it's like it doesn't matter what it doesn't matter what he's achieved. He always wants to prove people wrong. You look at, for example, this season when he was knocked out of the Champions League, he did a post and he said something like, this is just the beginning. I'm not done yet. And then he goes, obviously, he helped Juventus to finish in the Champions League positions for next season. But the drive and the ambition that this man has, he can retire from football now and he will be a legend forever. And he doesn't want to stop here. Is that mentality aspect of that's so impressive about him.
Yeah, and that's why for me, I just call him the ultimate competitor. He's the right person that you need in your team, and also we need to obviously put this into consideration as well. Ronaldo is a leader. He's not a follower.
That's it.
We've seen that in the press conference, for example. That's part of his sort of channeling his with the whole Coca-Cola situation. That's his way of channeling his situation and saying, look, I know I'm an athlete. I'm not gonna associate myself with Coke. I drink water. He knows he's a role model to millions of people around the world. So for me, I give Ronaldo credit for doing something like that because there's a lot of people in his position that in that press conference, they're not going to do what Ronaldo's doing.
Yeah. And you look at today, like the investment that players are put into, the medical help that's available for them, all the science that goes into football. If they are able to look after themselves and stay in shape, stay on a good diet, someone like Jermaine Defoe, even though he's still playing, but he said that he never used to drink. He looks after his diet. That's why he was able to play for a long time. But you look at, for example, bigger names right now, like Zlatan Ibrahimovic is still going strong. You look at Cristiano Ronaldo. Karim Benzema, for me, is also another interesting one because I think up until a few years ago, you look at, they were comparing his body type and his body shape. I mean, he's a lot more leaner now. He looks after himself. You see what I mean? Like, and his game has gone another level where Karim Benzema is appreciated even more. So I do feel like Ronaldo, not only has he put himself ahead of other athletes, other footballers, but also he's leading the way in terms of science, in terms of fitness, in terms of players making sure that they can still play at top level, even the age of 37, 38. I can see this guy still going strong for another 3 years, man. It's going to be unbelievable. And I'm just so excited about him. If we look ahead into tomorrow's games, Italy, I think I'm really excited about Italy, man. Really excited.
I can tell, man.
They're going to play Switzerland tomorrow, 8 o'clock. I'm expecting an easy win, man. Another 2-0, 3-0. What do you guys think?
Ooh. Swiss,
Shaka.
Switzerland are always a tricky team because they're always here. They're that relative that you invite, half hoping that they don't turn up, but they're there all the time. They're there first. Do you know what I
Yes.
mean? You don't know how.
Yeah.
The thing is with Switzerland, I give them credit. Yeah, they're there for a reason. They're well organized. They're hard to break down, and given, I mean, it's that evening kickoff, isn't it? I think it's the last one. I
Yeah,
don't know how hot
8
it's going to
o'clock.
be in Italy.
Mm.
They're a tough side to break down. It could be 2 or 3. I think it'll be maybe a 1-0. Switzerland don't pose as much of a threat, and at the back they're too well organized for Italy are too well organized for anything Switzerland are gonna throw at them. But I don't see them running away. Switzerland are built to draw their way as far as they can, and there's no
Yeah.
disgrace in that if you don't have guys like Messi's, Mbappe's, Ronaldo's. So I see it being tight, but Italy just edging it personally.
Oh, it's a good
Yeah.
call. It's a good call, definitely, Kieran. For me, I'm not gonna lie. Like Abdi, man, I'm excited about Italy. Obviously, Kieran, you'll know eventually that we've got a guy who his name is obviously Moose. He's obviously Italian supporter, and yeah, what we've seen from Italy so far, I'm not gonna lie. Even before the tournament, I'm sort of gonna put out this fact that they've not conceded a single goal
Yes, sir.
in now 9 games.
Yeah.
9 games. And let's put into sort of consideration as well that the last game that they won 3-0, that's the most that they've ever won in the first game in sort of their entire history. So for me, that tells you that not only are they sort of quite stable at the back, they've got
Yeah.
experience, but also going forward, they bring something different. And the sort of energy that they're bringing right now is sort of reminiscent of I'm not too sure if you know much about, but the Milan team in the 80s. Obviously, Italian teams are sort of renowned that when you score 1-0, you're dropping back. But with this Italy team, I get that sort of feeling that when they score, it's like, all right, let's get another one. Let's get
You
another
smell
one.
blood.
Let's get another one.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's quite exciting for Italians, and I've been speaking to quite a lot of them, not only just Moose, but quite a lot of Italians, and they're all saying the same thing. They're saying that this
They feel
team,
something.
yeah, they feel something a bit different with this team. They're more attacking. They're going for it more. Mancini's done an excellent job so far, and look, I hope it continues, man. I love
Same.
seeing Italy play well.
Yes, man. The other game tomorrow is gonna be Wales Turkey. The winner from that game, I think they will go through. It's gonna put them in a really, really strong position. I think Wales just need 3 points from that game because they were lucky to get a point from their last game against Switzerland because they really
Yeah.
should have lost that game.
Yeah.
Keith Moore with a great, fantastic header. Yeah, I mean Wales. What can you say about them? They're a poor team, but as long as Ramsey and Bale are not producing, you can't really expect much from them. But I was disappointed with Turkey because you expect more from them. Tomorrow's game is going to be very interesting for them. If they don't win that game, I think it's time to pack it home, just leave. It's going to be really disappointing. It's going to be really, really disappointing for them because it's Wales. You have to beat Wales, But if Ramsey and Bale turn up and Daniel James has a good game, Wales can easily win, right?
Yeah. You're 100% right. It's funny because the player that for some reason when he's playing for Wales, he's looking like a different player. It's Daniel James, man.
I know.
It's Daniel James.
World class winger in Wales.
Yeah. He's whipping in those
United.
balls from the left. It's crazy.
It's the psychology. Again, Kieran. You see right there, like when you know that you're the man here, you can step up. You look at Jesse Lingard. He goes from United to West Ham because he's the man and he knows he's gonna get a chance and he's not gonna be taken off after 60 minutes or after 40 minutes when the team is down.
Yeah.
Is that psychology when you know this manager trusts me, my teammates trust me. I'm not here as an additional name. I'm not
Yeah,
here
you're the
to come
guy.
off the bench. You're
Yeah.
the guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So yes, yeah, we're gonna be talking about those games tomorrow. Kieran, do you have anything else to add?
No. It's well, Wales Turkey will be interesting. Just quickly, because I feel Wales have to win tomorrow because they play Italy last. So, and you don't want to be going to Italy to get 3 points. They have to stay in the competition. But I think that will be a good watch. I'm going to try and make sure that I've got that on in the background somewhere. But no, it's obviously been a pleasure to come on and talk football. Obviously live, sleep, and eat it, and all of that. So yeah, it's been great speaking with you guys and talking about the Euros as well. Football every day. What more can you ask for, right?
I know, man.
Yeah,
Sorry
pretty good.
sorry to cut you in, but you know, Kieran is a psychologist. I wanted to speak to him about mental health in football, but I think we're gonna do that another day. We kind of talked about football a lot right now. It's getting a little bit late. It's almost 11 p.m., so I'll let you guys go. But Kieran, it's been a fantastic show to have you on. I can't wait to talk to you about football more. Trey, do you have anything else to add?
Yeah, no, I just wanted just to echo exactly what you were saying. Look, Kieran, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show. For us, it's always great to connect with like-minded people who obviously share the passion for the game, and just getting your input from where you're coming from as well is tremendous. And obviously we look forward to doing some more shows with you. And of course, if it wasn't for the circumstances, then I would have probably I would have had a video on as well, man. But look, regardless, this is just my way of showing my commitment, and regardless,
bro. Of course,
I'm here always, man.
Absolutely. You know, yeah, anytime, bro, anytime. You know, as long as we're here and we're talking about football, that's the most important thing. Kieran has his own football podcast. Do you want to promote it and tell people how to find you?
Yeah, so it's called the Play to the Whistle podcast. So we try and I think we're trying to drop episodes every day while the Euros is on, but we're on all the usual platforms: so Spotify, Apple Podcasts. I forget what the other ones are called, and obviously on Twitter and Instagram. So at the PTTW Podcast, so you can find us there. And obviously, yeah, we love interacting. Let us know your views. There's some controversial discussions sometimes. So yeah, just come. Obviously, you guys are more than welcome to come on. Yeah, just come and get involved. And like you said, it's all about just talking football until we fall asleep, till the sun goes down. You know.
That's it, man. That's it. Always.
Absolutely, man. This is a daily show, guys. You know it. The Euros, we're here for it. It's been another fantastic day. Cristiano Ronaldo breaking yet another record. Benzema, Mbappe, N'Golo Kante, Pogba. Germany disappointed us, but you know, at the end of the day, we got a great game to watch, and there's more to come. We're only in the group stage right now. There's a lot more to come, guys. Enjoy it, and make sure that you join us again. And until next time, take care, everyone.
Take care.